Public meeting is now called to order at 6 p.m. on Wednesday, May 25 of 2022. This meeting is being held as required by the provisions of Chapter 131, Section 40 of the General Laws of the Commonwealth. An act relative to the protection of the wetlands is most recently amended. Notice of the time and place of this meeting was posted in the town clerk's office. Persons wishing to be heard will be called in the following order. Ethics laws state that I let you know that this meeting is being recorded by Acushnet public access cable. And John, is this going out live now or is it going out?
No.
Okay.
Delayed.
For later broadcast. Okay. Notice is hereby given. We'll hold this meeting now. So first item on the agenda is minutes for approval. So we have the minutes. We all received electronically the minutes for March 9. Several of us responded with changes. Joanne has since sent those changes. Actually, let me do this first, just so it's clear. People seated at the table today are all members of the commission. I'm the chair. Robert Roach, Everett Fellow, Ryan Rosendi, Rick Pimentel, Evan Boulay, and Heidi Pelletier, Senior Clerk Joanne DeMello, and Agent Pat Hannon, who's off camera. All right, so March 9 minutes. Do we have a motion to approve as presented?
So moved.
We have a second. Okay, any further discussion?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed, abstaining? Thank you. Guess everyone's abstaining on those, right? Thank you. And then also March 23, same thing. You've received those, had a chance to comment, and Joanne has incorporated those. So motion to approve as amended.
So moved.
Second.
Any further discussion? In favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstaining? Okay. Meeting mail, we have a letter from our town administrator, Jamie Kelly. It is within the packet. I will read that letter. So, dated May 19, to all department heads and elected board members. The Board of Selectmen are recognizing the expenditures above budget accounts for town council and endeavoring to control deficits as restricted access to and contact with town council. All the contact with town council and or requests for legal opinions will be coordinated through the town administrator's office. Excuse me. This office will be developing appropriate forms presently. In the meantime, requests should be made by email or directly to the town administrator, and that's from James F. Kelly, town administrator. So that, any questions about that? I'm seeing that letter for the first time, so I can't add any more context. And I'm guessing, Joanne, that all departments have received that letter, as far as you know?
I think it's sent to Pat, so I would assume so.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right, so old business. We have an RDA for Frank Joseph Jr., 352 Main Street, map 11, lot 28. Actually, I'm curious. So we have camera that's off at the moment, correct?
This camera?
Yes.
No, I'm rolling.
For which purpose?
We're from Channel 10.
We're from Channel 10.
And
We're
why?
taking pictures of this public meeting.
Okay. Any particular reason?
I can talk to you after.
Well, we're on camera now, and this is unusual to have you here.
Oh, I wanted to ask Mr. Hannon some questions because there's some people critical of his role in the town, given his past with multiple DEP violations in his private business and lawsuits.
Well, that won't happen on camera because you're not on the agenda. And this is the kind of thing that has to come to us ahead of time.
I'm not asking to speak at the meeting.
Okay.
I'm watching the meeting.
It's an open meeting. You're welcome to be here.
Thank you.
But yes, just let us do our business then. So the proposed work is test pits in the buffer zone to a bordering vegetated wetland. The purpose of the test pits is for percolation testing for the replacement of a failed septic system. Now, this has come up because we had a meeting recently. There was a slight error with the posting that went on the wall downstairs, so we're just going to do a revisit of this so we know that this has happened during a fully legally posted meeting. So we had voted at the last meeting to approve.
Yeah.
And I don't know if anybody has any further discussion on
No.
this. So in that case, I'll entertain a motion to, actually, I should have brought those meeting minutes with me. And I may have.
Which one do you want?
This was from 2 meetings ago.
Yeah.
April 27th?
Yeah, here it is. So, this was presented to us by Mr.
David
Fredette.
Fredette.
It was- Yeah, it was the agent.
Yeah, 27th, yep.
Yeah. I think we voted to do a negative determination on this.
And we asked him to put the RDA sign up, ACU 001.
So, so I'll entertain a motion to issue a negative determination with the stipulation that the sign go up, and as Ryan just read to us, so, same as the April 27 meeting.
I make a motion.
You have a second?
Second.
Any further discussion?
No.
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Opposed, abstaining, thank you. This also goes back to that previous meeting, CVE North America 88 Wing Lane. CVE has submitted draft plans for corrective actions to meet stormwater requirements. Agent recommends CVE file a notice of intent. So at that meeting, we did vote to ask CVE to file a notice of intent, but again, this is, we should recover all of our ethics meeting law bases. If anybody's here from CVE, no, that's Mr. Ruda. All right, so in that case, I'll entertain a motion to, that we ask CVE to file a notice of intent for any upcoming work at 88 Wing Lane.
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Any further discussion?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed, abstaining? The next one also, as part of a revisit from April 27, so we need to run a public hearing ad for this. So this is just an update on this. So there will be a public hearing ad run for the June 2nd meeting, run on by June 2nd to be held on June 8th, and we will revisit that stormwater project. And I did have a conversation with the owner of Repwell late last week, just to provide him an update as to why this has been pushed back 2 weeks. But so he is aware as to why that happened, and he's okay with that. So his engineer will be here for us on June 8th to re-present the project.
Okay.
Okay, on to new business. Order of conditions extension, Joshua Aruda, 148 Peckham Road, SC 001-0526. A request on extension to an existing order of conditions, file number SC 001-0526, for property located at 148 Peckham Road, map 16, lot 7, 8, and 9. The applicant proposed construction of a common driveway with associated utilities, grading, and drainage located within a 100-foot buffer zone to a bordering vegetated wetland. The applicant is represented by Zenith Consulting Engineers, LLC. The original expiration date was March 16th of 2021, and DEP allowed a time rollover due to the pandemic, which means this will now expire on June 21 of 2022. So, Zenith, if you're ready, we'll have you here just because John's back there with the camera.
Just for the record, my name is Randy Gagnon with Zenith Consulting Engineers. And as was mentioned, this is a retreat lot subdivision, proposing to build 3 new homes with a shared driveway. Included in the project is several stormwater management basins and swales. One basin will be located out here, the second one over here. There are also multiple culvert crossings underneath the road. There are currently 2 houses under construction here and here. The third one is yet to be built upon. Those were both permitted under their own notice of intents. Essentially 95% of the work is completed out here, especially with regards to the road and the stormwater systems. We've even gone out and as-builted a bunch of the components here. We just haven't processed that into a plan. Essentially, we're asking for the extension just so that in case the as-built data comes back and he needs to make some changes or fix this or that, we would have time to make those changes in the field. Be happy to answer any questions.
Before we do that, Mr. Root, I don't know if you want to add anything to the presentation by Mr. Gagnon?
Pretty much, for the record, Josh Aruda, 172 Peckham Road. Like you said, everything is pretty much in and working. We're just waiting for a little bit more grass to grow. Obviously, the weather hasn't been the greatest, the warmest, but we're trying to get it nailed down, so just asking for a little bit of time. Like you said, they've been out there as built and hopefully we can get it wrapped up soon.
So what's the status of this drainage over here? Because I know this, last time we were there, we were still waiting for that.
So that is
installed.
Yeah.
Yes.
And in terms of, so concerns with building or zoning, how's that working out? Anything from them?
So I already, this is my residence back
Right.
here, so I have occupancy already, so I'm in.
Okay.
This house is under construction, it has a building permit. And obviously, like you said, we have order of conditions per lot. The only one that's not constructed is Lot C.
Mm-hmm.
It's just basically vegetated, all the trees have been cut, but it's just basically just vegetated.
And we have actually designed that lot already. It just has not been submitted yet.
And all lots of.
Lots of correct.
So that's gonna be going obviously to you guys and Board of Health. That's pretty much it. And replication areas also, I've had Brandon Faniff do he's a wetland scientist. He's actually done the 3 years of inspections on the replication area, so he's given me his blessing on the replication area, and it's stable, so.
Is it just that one in that, by your turnaround area? for
Yes,
the
it's just
safety
that,
vehicles?
yes. It's about 5,000 square feet, 5,100 square feet of replication area.
Okay, that was a one-to-one. Anybody else, questions for either gentleman?
Yeah, how many basins again? I see that one down at the beginning of Peckham Road.
So there's a small, almost like a swale,
Oh, swale, and
It's
then
like
that
a
basin there.
depression.
Yeah, it's like a finger swale, yeah.
Okay,
and it's got like a riprap level spreader.
yeah, okay. And then you got the culverts, what do you got, a couple of culverts there that go
There's,
across it?
there's 2 double culverts.
Two
here.
double culverts,
I think
okay.
They look like 24s in the field.
They are
Yeah, they're
24s,
24s.
yes.
Okay. Plus this one up here.
Yeah, this is also,
Okay. So,
any questions?
No,
do we have anything else, anybody?
no.
All right, so looking to extend the order,
Yeah.
typically that happens for 3 years. Do you need?
I don't think we need the 3 years. I would think we'd be
Well,
happy
you
with
can-
with a
you
year.
can- You can certainly request a COC much sooner than that. But if you want to go for a year, that's fine with me.
Like I said, we're at that pretty close.
Mhm.
So I don't know if Lot C has, I don't think that has to do anything with the common
I think
driveway.
those are all supposed to be permitted individually.
All right,
Just like
so-
you did for the other 2.
Mhm.
So like I said, I think a year would be sufficient, but that's up to the board to make that decision.
I'll entertain a motion to issue
Well,
an
since
extension.
he's asking us for a year, I think, just give him his year.
Yep,
If he doesn't need 3 years, why,
right.
Yeah, well, I'm at
Have it out there.
95% now, so it's,
it was, yeah, I mean, it's been there for
Really
a
all
while.
we're waiting for is like grass to grow.
The ground project's been there for quite a while. so-
yeah, definitely.
And, I mean, he's even got grass established in the majority of the area, I would say there's just some area like out in the entrance here that needs to get stabilized a little bit.
All right, and we're obviously gonna do a site visit when you ask us for a COC anyway,
Yep.
so we'll do that then.
And Pat's been out there on the regular too, so
Okay.
she's been overseeing the project on a regular.
Right. I'll take a motion into, issue an extension for 12 months.
Extend it to 6/21/2023.
That's logical. Yeah,
I'll make a motion.
so that's a motion, a second from you. Any further discussion?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Abstaining, opposed, that's unanimous.
Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Yep.
Okay.
Before you get Joanne, did Pat want me to leave these? Transfer rep all with you? All right. So on to discussion. So we have a complaint, 98 Robinson Road, backhoe digging week of May 2nd. I've not been able to get out there to see that,
I haven't seen it either.
I don't think you can see it from the road.
no.
I tried twice. I didn't see any kind of activity from over there.
So Joanne, you had that one call come in, you haven't had anything since then? Do you know if Pat's been able to get out there yet?
I don't know if he went out to Robinson Road. I don't think so.
But he did speak with
Did we
him. I
have a
know.
site visit there? Or
No, not on that, but he did speak with him, he said.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that should be a site visit in 2 weeks or prior to the next meeting. So, so there's another complaint, 22 Burr Ave. DOA issue. This doesn't wetlands.
Yeah, this is the guy that had a Japanese knotweed and
Yeah, we've been
all that
there.
stuff.
I don't,
Yeah.
right.
from what I remember, the wetlands weren't on his property,
Right.
so,
I think the lady's overly concerned. She wasn't sure if he was in the wetland area. She just wanted to call and
This-
have somebody.
Yeah, there is some
take a look.
digging there, I mean, he
This
did,
is,
Yeah.
I think the wetlands are behind
yeah.
Right.
the house. And he's going
he's
down
going the
the
other
side,
way, yeah,
Yeah.
he's going horizontal.
He's going right next to the
parallel
road.
with it,
parallel to the road.
Right,
Right.
parallel to the road, he's right next to the invasive
species.
species.
Is that someone else?
yeah. No, it wasn't, this was a while, this was like a
This is
year or
like-
two ago.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's right.
I think
Right around
Naroli
the
was
time.
still with us when
Yeah.
we went to look at that.
Yeah, we just
Yeah.
wished him luck, good luck getting rid of it.
Oh, that's right. I know where it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's right near, I'll go by there and check it out, and see what's
Yeah, I
going
drove by
on.
there the other day.
Yeah.
It's in the cities, it takes years to get rid of that stuff.
I know.
Right.
Yeah, he's probably still trying to get it.
So another complaint, west side of Lake Street, cattle close to the pond.
Yeah, I don't see that.
What can you tell us about that, Joanne?
I believe it was Ray White's cattle. And he's a farm and agricultural. He was in here the other day talking to Pat, but I've been so busy I didn't really get a lot of updates on it.
He's all the way back, the cattle was that close to the
It's
pond?
only a few cows.
Really?
Yeah.
It's not like a
I
herd.
don't think it was.
It's got like
That's true, you
goats.
live close.
Oh, yeah, she lives, Hattie lives right
I
there.
went by Sunday when we were out riding around. It does look like they're more than 200 feet from the pond to me. Closer than 200 feet.
Yeah.
I don't hear him. I don't see him.
Are there exemptions for agricultural or, I don't know, I was hearing them
I don't
talk
know.
about that stuff.
That's a good question.
I think the geese are worth for the
Yeah,
lake.
right.
I think that was part of the conversation too, yeah.
You just closed that lake.
I would say it's worse, but
I'm supposed to be cleaning it.
Good answer.
So, Mr. Crandall and John with the camera, I would like to have my agent in the room for these questions. And I'm guessing what I'm going to be asking him does not pertain to what you would like to ask him. Because you're,
I'm not on the agenda, I don't plan to speak at the meeting.
Right. But I'm going to
Oh,
ask
why
that, huh? But I'm going to ask that you not record while I'm asking him.
Well, first of all, it's a public meeting,
It is.
but if you want to leave, that's his decision. I don't know. I have nothing to do with this.
Yeah. Make it hard to get information from our agent.
Which is disruptive.
Sorry, so a couple of you have had a chance to look at the cows on Lake Street. It's white.
Yeah, I didn't see them, but that must be
I don't-
way
I
down
mean,
that road, go towards
If
the,
if you're coming from like Heidi's side, from
yeah, yeah,
east to west,
yeah.
if you look
To the right.
to the right, they're there.
Oh, I missed it then. A couple of times I drove by, because I live right
I
there.
never see the cows or whatever.
Really? Oh, okay.
Kayaking
Yeah.
or anything.
Is it worth making it a site
And I
visit?
might, I
Or?
might be able to see them easier than other people because I have some color blindness.
So what you saw, you, oh,
No,
yeah.
I mean, I can see things in the woods a lot of people don't see
Wow.
because of brown and green.
I'm taking you hunting with me.
It's useful, huh?
Be surprised.
Let's go, come on.
Funny to see those cars on the kayaks, though.
Yeah, right.
So,
I mean, we can go see it. It's pretty cool back there.
Put it on the list. We'll check it
Yeah.
out.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
We'll have a
Easy for
busy
me.
Saturday
We'll kayak
morning.
over.
All right. And we have another complaint, bottom of Perry Hill Road, no DEP signs. Bottom of Perry, is this,
It's the Francois project.
North
Francois,
side,
yeah, there's no
Francois.
sign there, yeah.
There is, I went by again Sunday and I didn't see a sign there.
Yeah,
I didn't
he
either.
said both the signs were down. Is Mr. Francois the Mark?
Mark.
And what's the other one's name?
Dean.
Paul?
No, Dean, his brother, yeah,
Okay, so
yeah.
I guess Dean is he done? There's nothing that happened there?
Yeah.
Nothing kind of happened, so maybe he just felt like he took the sign down or never put one up?
I don't know, there wasn't one there.
Oh,
And
it
then-
blew 30, 40 miles per hour for 2 weeks there, like last week, so I mean,
All right,
let them know.
yeah. So you'll ask Pat to contact Mark and get those signs back up.
Yeah, he might have, because I know he did go out
Okay.
there the other day, and that's what he told me about, so that both signs were down.
Okay. Then the next discussion item is commission members' attendance and appointments. Obviously, everyone's here today, it's nice to have, we had a little conversation earlier. She's trying to make it work for her schedule, and that's our preference, we like having you here.
Thank you.
We
Yeah,
still
for
need
sure.
a seventh member, sorry, to make a final decision, because there's been some interest from other folks to be on, they're certainly invited to be here as associate members, just to watch how this works. And then, if they like it, then they can ask the selectmen to be appointed once we get an opening. That would be good. So before we move on past the discussion agenda, anybody else with stuff to bring up under any of those topics? Any other
No.
property complaints? Okay, so under stormwater regulation, well, we saw what happened at town meeting, and I want to thank Ryan for working to get us some clarification on this. And once I noticed the date of the town meeting a year ago, I realized I wasn't here for it, because I was out in Colorado for my dad's final days. And there was a vote taken on a stormwater bylaw update and amendment. It did not get posted to the town website, but it was voted and approved. So we do have an updated town bylaw. What clarification we need now is, what's the difference between what we voted on a year ago, and if there's a discrepancy with what EPA needs, what are those punch list items? I don't know if that's the right phrase, but that's the phrase I'm going to use, punch list items, to make sure we're in compliance. So we'll need clarification on that. And then how does that relate to anything that's come in since May of 2021 related to stormwater projects that have required a stormwater permit filing? So the fee and then the engineering work to have the stormwater plan done. So we'll need clarification on that too.
Yeah.
That certainly doesn't relate to commercial projects, but it may relate to a couple of homeowner projects.
Right. And also who was deterred because of the cost, to kind of let them know that it's not even going to affect them anymore,
Right.
Yeah.
But we certainly need clarification for the upcoming special town meeting, which usually happens in October, and then we can base our regulations hearing on what's in the bylaw, because it's the regulations that put the teeth to the bylaw. So we will need that, maybe that'll happen at our next meeting. So related to that, we have received filings for 355 Main Street and 550 Main Street, both owned by Con Edison, both are solar projects. And they've been sent to Beals and Thomas for review. Beals and Thomas is the outside firm, the peer review firm that we've hired for several other projects like this where they do stormwater review. And I think Jim Merritt has said there's been enough activity and interaction between the building office and these project proponents that their original filings, they don't have to start from scratch. They can do extension and then whatever other. So their stormwater plans that have been submitted carry through under their previous filing, especially because of the calendar extensions that have been provided by DEP, just like we saw for the Aruda project on Peckham Road.
These are not affected by the moratorium, is that correct? These are already in place?
Because of the fact that there's been enough interaction between the
I
project
see.
proponents, the
Yeah.
engineers, otherwise they would be stalled by that moratorium. Yeah, because if they had been sitting for months, then they'd
I
have
see.
been
Oh my
extended.
God.
Right,
So this is the driving range in the orchard?
correct,
Okay.
yeah. All right, any other stormwater questions, concerns? Okay, so the next item can't happen. Anybody else with business for the commission? So Joanne, it seems like you're going through previous meeting videos and getting us
I've been
meeting
doing,
minutes.
yes.
Yes, but thank you for doing that,
Yeah.
yeah. Welcome back to work.
Yeah.
All right. So with that, there's nothing else on the agenda, so
Motion to adjourn.
do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned at 6:29.